There are two kinds of people in this world: those who wait for the right time and those who make the time right now. Those who say, "One day I'll do it," and those who say, "Today is day one." The only difference between success and failure, between regret and accomplishment, between a wasted life and a fulfilled one, is the decision to start. Most people sit on the sidelines of their own lives, watching days, months, years slip by. They tell themselves they'll start when they feel ready, when the conditions are perfect, when they have more time, more money, more support. But let me tell you something. There is no perfect time. There never will be. Waiting is the biggest lie you will ever tell yourself. You think you have time. Time is slipping away with every second. Every moment you hesitate, someone else is getting ahead. Someone else is taking action. Someone else is becoming the person you wish you could be. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is your own hesitation. What if today was day one? What if today was the day you stopped making excuses? What if today was the day you stopped saying, "I'll do it later," and instead said, "I'll do it now"? You don't need permission to start. You don't need the right mood, the right weather, or the right situation. You need to move. You need to take one step, no matter how small, in the direction of your dreams. Because motion creates momentum. You won't feel ready at first. You won't see results overnight. But if you stay in motion, you'll become unstoppable. Think about this. Every successful person you admire was once a beginner. They didn't have everything figured out. They didn't start with confidence or skill or certainty. They started with fear, with doubt, with struggle. But they started anyway. That's the only difference between them and the ones who never make it. There will never be a perfect moment to begin. The moment you start, that is the perfect moment. The first day in the gym, the first dollar saved, the first chapter written, the first business plan drafted. That's what separates the dreamers from the doers. The ones who succeed are the ones who start before they're ready. You can make a list of all the reasons why you should wait, or you can just begin. You can focus on the obstacles, or you can focus on finding a way through them. You can let fear control you, or you can use fear as fuel to push yourself forward. Every excuse you make today is a weight that holds you down. Every excuse you let go of is a step toward freedom. You weren't meant to live a life of waiting. You weren't put on this earth to sit around hoping that someday, somehow, everything will magically fall into place. That's not how it works. You create your future by what you do today. Success doesn't come from wishing. It comes from work. It comes from effort. It comes from showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're tired, even when it's hard, even when no one is watching. The difference between winners and everyone else is simple. Winners don't wait. They don't ask for permission. They don't wait for motivation to strike. They act. So let me ask you again, is today just another day of excuses, or is today day one? Because you don't have forever, you only have now. And now is the moment that can change your life. You have two choices: stay the same or step forward. Keep waiting or start moving. Say, one day, or say, day one. Because the truth is, every second you hesitate, you're making a choice. You're choosing to wait. You're choosing to let fear win. You're choosing to stay exactly where you are. And if you keep making that choice, if you keep saying, one day, then one day will become never. Think about that. Really let that sink in. How many dreams have died because someone said, "I'll do it later"? How many opportunities have slipped away because someone was waiting for the right time? How many people look back on their lives filled with regret because they never took the leap? You don't want to be that person. You don't want to wake up 10 years from now and realize that nothing has changed. You don't want to look in the mirror and see someone who could have been great but was too afraid to try. So what's stopping you? Fear? Doubt? The voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough, you're not ready, you'll fail. Let me tell you something. That voice is a liar. That voice is keeping you small. That voice is keeping you stuck. That voice is the reason why so many people never live up to their potential. You have to kill that voice. You have to shut it down and replace it with something stronger. Something that says, I will figure it out. I will find a way. I will not stop. Because here's the reality. Every excuse you make is a chain that keeps you from the life you want, a chain that keeps you from the person you were meant to be. And every time you decide to take action, every time you decide to push through, every time you decide to say day one instead of one day, you break a chain. Every successful person you admire has faced doubt, fear, setbacks, failures, but they kept moving. They kept showing up. They kept fighting for their dream when no one else believed in them. They bet on themselves. And that's exactly what you need to do. Because no one is coming to save you. No one is going to do it for you. No one is going to wake up one morning and hand you the perfect opportunity. You have to create it. You have to build it. You have to take responsibility for your own life. And that starts today. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. So what does that look like? It means taking the first step, no matter how small. It means making a commitment to yourself that you will not back down, that you will not quit, that you will not make excuses. It means understanding that the road ahead will be hard, that there will be days when you want to give up, but you won't, because you've already made the decision. Today is day one. And every time you feel like quitting, every time you feel like falling back into old habits, every time you feel like waiting until the right moment, you remind yourself of this. One day or day one, you decide. You want to be successful? You want to change your life? Stop waiting. Stop telling yourself that tomorrow is the day. Stop lying to yourself that you'll start when things are easier, because things will never be easier. You just have to get stronger. Strength isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. It's something you earn. And the only way to earn it is to start. You don't need the perfect plan. You don't need all the answers. You don't need to be ready. You just need to take the first step. Because once you do, momentum kicks in. You start to feel the power of action. You start to realize that waiting was the real enemy. That hesitation was the thing holding you back all along. There is no secret. There is no shortcut. The only way to success is through action. Through consistency, through showing up day after day, even when it's hard. So what's it going to be? Are you going to keep living in the cycle of waiting, of hoping, of wishing? Or are you going to break the cycle and take control? Because everything you want is on the other side of action. No more one day, no more waiting. Today is day one. Now go make it count. When you decide that today is day one, everything changes. Your mindset shifts. You stop looking at obstacles as reasons to quit and start seeing them as challenges to overcome. You stop blaming your past, your circumstances, or your lack of resources, and you start taking ownership of your future. There is power in starting, even if you don't have a perfect plan, even if you don't have everything figured out. Even if you're scared, because action beats inaction every single time. But most people don't start. They let fear paralyze them. They let self-doubt creep in. They tell themselves, what if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if people judge me? You want to know the truth? You will fail. You will struggle. People will doubt you. There will be days when you question if you even have what it takes. And that's okay, because failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of it. Every great success story is built on a foundation of failure, mistakes, and setbacks. But those who succeed are the ones who refuse to stop. Think about it. How many times have you thought about changing your life, about going after your dreams, about stepping outside of your comfort zone, and then you didn't? You put it off. You made an excuse. You convinced yourself it wasn't the right time. And now, here you are, still waiting, still wishing, still stuck in the same place. How much longer are you going to wait? Because here's the truth. Time doesn't wait for you. Every second you hesitate, someone else is out there working. Someone else is out there taking action. Someone else is out there turning their one day into day one. The clock is ticking. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep telling yourself the same old excuses? Or are you going to make the decision that today is the day everything changes? Because if you don't take action now, then when? 1 year from now, you could be looking back, proud of how far you've come. Or you could be in the exact same place with the exact same regrets, still saying, one day. Your future self is watching you right now. They're either going to thank you for starting today, or they're going to hate you for waiting. Which one will it be? Make today count. Not tomorrow, not someday. Right now. Get up. Take action. Do the work. Because this is your moment. This is your chance. And this time, you're not going to waste it. No more one day. Today is day one. Now go. Make it happen. The moment you commit to day one, you step into a new version of yourself. A version that doesn't wait. A version that doesn't hesitate. A version that knows the only way forward is through action. And let me be clear, this won't be easy. You're going to wake up tomorrow and doubt will try to creep back in. Your old habits, your comfort zone, your excuses, they'll all be waiting for you. They'll whisper, just start tomorrow. But you're stronger than that now. You know the truth. Tomorrow is a lie. Tomorrow is the excuse that keeps people stuck. Today is the only thing that's real. So when you wake up and that voice in your head tells you to wait, you answer back, no. I start now. And then you take one small step. Maybe it's getting up an hour earlier to work on your dream. Maybe it's saying no to distractions that waste your time. Maybe it's choosing the harder path when the easy way is calling your name. The step doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be forward. Because when you take that first step, something incredible happens. You prove to yourself that you can. You build momentum. And momentum is the secret to everything. Winners aren't the smartest, the strongest, or the most talented. They're the ones who keep going. They're the ones who take another step, and another, and another, until the thing that once seemed impossible becomes their new reality. So the question is, how bad do you want it? Are you willing to push past the doubt, the fear, the discomfort? Are you willing to take control of your life, no matter what obstacles stand in your way? Or are you going to keep waiting, watching, wishing, while someone else lives the life you were too afraid to chase? Because make no mistake, someone out there is doing the work. Someone out there is starting today. Someone out there is making their dream a reality. Why not you? The only difference between the person who succeeds and the person who doesn't is the decision to start. And you have that power right now. Not tomorrow, not later, not one day. Right now. So go. Take the step. Do the work. Make today your day one, and never look back. Once you commit to day one, something shifts inside you. You start to realize that you are in control. No one else. Not your circumstances, not your past, not your fears. You. For too long you've let doubt, fear, and excuses hold the steering wheel of your life. But today, you take the wheel. Today you decide where you're going. And here's the truth. There's no going back. Once you choose action, once you choose discipline, once you choose to become more instead of staying the same, there's no way you'll ever be satisfied with waiting again. But don't be fooled. This path will test you. You will have days where you question everything, days where progress feels too slow, days where you'll want to quit. And on those days you'll have two choices. 1, give in. Go back to the old you. Go back to saying, one day. 2, keep pushing. Keep showing up. Keep proving to yourself that you're different now. The second choice is the one that builds champions. The second choice is the one that separates winners from quitters, because anyone can be motivated for a day. Anyone can start strong. But not everyone can stay consistent. Not everyone has the discipline to keep going when no one is watching. And that's what will make you different. When the excitement fades, when the motivation runs dry, when the progress slows down, you will keep moving forward anyway. Because this isn't about motivation anymore. This is about who you are becoming, the version of you that doesn't stop, that doesn't quit, that doesn't accept excuses. You don't wait for the perfect moment. You create it. You don't wait for opportunities. You build them. You don't wish for success. You work for it, every day, no matter what. And soon, you'll start to notice something. Your old self. The one who waited, the one who hesitated, the one who always said one day, that person will start to disappear, and in their place, a warrior, a leader, a finisher, the kind of person who gets it done. So don't look back, don't hesitate, don't second guess. Your time is now. No more waiting, no more doubting, no more wishing. This is your day one. And from this moment forward, you are unstoppable.